Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. So this is the beginning, for you anyway, of the big charity bike ride. We made it, we got MOT, we're out on the road. We've done about 200 and something miles, and if take a look over here, just over there is the Welcome to Scotland sign, just on the by the old toll house at Gretna Green. So second rest stop, get myself a coffee. I didn't want to bore you with the motorway run up here because it's very samey, but we've got about another 100 miles to do and we'll be in Edinburgh, and then you can join me for the crossing of the Forth Bridge, and then we're going to head on up through the Cairngorms to Embo, which is where the campsite is for tonight. So yeah, stick with me, and it'll be a second for you and a good 2 hours for me. We'll be in Edinburgh. So only today, about 3.5 hours in so far, so we'll see how long this takes. And just like that folks, hope you can see me, and I'm not sure what kind of view you're going to have in front given we've got the fly screen, but we are either in or just about to go into Edinburgh. I thought I'd switch on here and we can share an amazing ride over the Forth Bridge. And then we're going to head to Tesco's because we needed some fuel now, and then make our way through the Cairngorms eventually. One blissful thing for me, I've got touring earplugs in for the first time, so I apologise if I'm shouting. I need to get used to the level of my voice, and it's particularly windy today as well. Hopefully the view's good, the weather's been kind, we're making good progress. It's currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The boys don't actually know that I'm on the road. They all left from Desborough this morning, and they've headed up the east coast. I've been following the Helmet Head tracker and been able to see where they are, and we've been pretty level most of the way up the country, up until I was just getting off the M6 and heading across to Edinburgh, and I thought we would intersect Edinburgh around about the same sort of time, but it looks as though from the tracker at the moment they've actually stopped over on the east coast for lunch, which is fair enough. So I need fuel, so I'm going to drop into this Tesco, grab myself something really light to eat. Did a little bit of reading. I've never done this sort of distance really. Did a bit of reading, and the biggest advice a lot of people were giving was eat little and often, not to have too big a meal, because you get that post-meal kind of need for a nap. So that's my plan. We'll just roll into Queensferry now, just the edge of Edinburgh, and that should get us to the Forth Bridge. So onwards. Oh, I see. You can't ride the old bridge now. I completely forgotten that. Well, there's my mistake. I did know this. because we faced this, if I remember correctly, We'll get a good look at the bridge, to be fair, and if we're on the new one we can look across, I suppose. Now, we stayed at a Premier Inn near here, I believe, when I did the North Coast 500 in the MGTF. So, there you go, there's a lesson learned. Don't attempt to cross the Forth Bridge on the old Forth Bridge because you can't do it. Ah, there, that Premier Inn is where we stayed. It was interesting actually, because I was watching Richie Vida's North Coast 500 video from a few years back, 2018. It looks like he must have gone up here about the same sort of time as we did, and actually stayed in the same hotel, the Gairloch Hotel, on the North Coast 500. It's over on the East Coast, West Coast rather. But yeah, so there you have it. If you're coming up here with the intention of driving over the Forth Bridge, you can't. You have to drive over the new bridge, which I don't know if they call it the Forth Bridge as well. Who knows? I'll correct all this on the screen. Shows how much reading up I did before this trip. I'm going to excuse my own ignorance on the basis that I spent all my time trying to make this motorcycle work. Which, no promises. This is nice. A bit more of an aerial view of the of all the bridges. So the I believe the red one is actually a railway crossing. My good friend Tom will be furious right now because I'm sure he told me everything about this when we stayed here. Here we go. Ah, it's the Queen's Ferry crossing. That makes sense, doesn't it? You just sit there. You could move over, couldn't you? You clown. So here we go. There's the old bridge. Bridges. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Outstanding. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Could be a thumbnail right there, folks. Could be a thumbnail right there. And there we have it. We're off the bridge. Make our way and get some fuel now. See how ridiculously expensive this is going to be. There, puts me 5. Nice.
folks. So we're not quite at Inverness yet, but if we get a bit of a clearing in these trees, I've just seen the most incredible river that we're trailing here. There's an old railway along this road as well. Yeah, it just looked absolutely beautiful. So I thought, switch the camera back on and hopefully get a view, and now all we've got is trees. So yeah, as it stands, we're about an hour out of Inverness, 90 mile, and Helmet Head and Co. from the tracker look as though they're somewhere about 45 to 50 minutes behind me. So obviously depends on what stops we both do now. Now this is the border of the Cairngorms here, over to my right. Yeah, it's quite green, scenic look, very akin to countryside in England and Wales, except for probably hillier. When we get into the actual highlands, it's very different. That's a very whole, complete, it's like being a different planet more than anything. But more of that later on, I think. Here we go then, folks, on our first single track lane in Scotland on the bike. We are not very far at all away from the campsite. We're just going to carefully make our way over there and get our bed set up for the night. Been quite a journey so far. The campsite is a beautiful sea view. Let me close that, might give you a better audio. The scenery is lovely. The place is beautiful. Certainly a place I'd come back to, that's for sure. And this is it. Home for the night. Granny's. Head up to reception. I believe it's pitch 96. We'll double check. So folks, it's been a long day. I don't know how many miles we've done. Let's have a look actually. We've done 490 miles. So it's heavy going for one day. And if I just load up my phone, so Helmet Head is in Dornoch. So he's literally here pretty much. So you can see maybe there where I am. So he's really not far away at all. And while we're waiting for him, he should be here any moment. We have just a quick walk up these dunes. Just up here. If I get sand in my shoes, they'll be so jealous when they get here and all my stuff's stacked up. But if we can avoid the breeze, he should have done this in my bike boots, not these slippers. But check that out, folks. Don't she look good? And this is our little home for the night. Living the dream. Got this one. See if we can spot them on their way in. Here we go, folks. They're on their way. can see them making their way in.